I'm cleaning my makeup kit right now, so ignore the mess in the background. I have clients first thing in the morning. Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, Melissa. Wow, that was really quick. Sorry, let me move this stuff closer so I can like clean while I talk to you all. I think Travis is supposed to be on here any second. Wow, I don't know why I look so orange. I have the like no filter on, and I feel like I just need to not have a filter on at all because I look crazy. Hang on, I'm gonna turn on another light. Give me like 1 sec. Is that any better? Kind of? Travis is live. Is Travis live on his? Get out. Oh my gosh, what keeps popping up? Why do people... Travis is live, go to his. You guys tell Travis to come to mine. Right now. No, tell Travis to come to mine. You guys hop off, tell Travis to come to mine. I already have my camera, or everything set up and ready. We didn't want Travis, we just want you. No, you guys, Travis and I have been waiting to have conversations until we could do this live. So I'm like ready to talk to him. Okay, maybe I'll wait. Oh, that's sweet. You guys, go to Travis's live for me because I can't hop off, and tell him to get on my live. Please. Right now. No, tell him to join mine. I already told him. Okay, what did you guys say about Davon? I just missed it. I love Davon. What did that say? Davon from last season, Tiffany and Kylan. Why do okay, I can't read these. You guys. You're watching live feeds right now. Fuck, okay, fine. No, tell Travis okay, not to sound like a bitch, but I have more followers on him than his, so it makes more sense for him to join mine. Tell him that, okay? Tell him it makes way more sense for him to join mine. Travis is on his way. Good job, guys. That's right. Don't cave for no man. He said he's on his way over. Whitney, he's joining. That's right. You listen to me. He said that. See, it makes more sense. X says he misses you. Oh, you guys, I've been getting so much shit about X, but... Oh, Travis, view request. Travis. Click. I'm here. Did it work? I feel very emo with this huge side part.
Travis! What's poppin',
Oh, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I am currently cleaning my makeup kit. I have my first clients tomorrow morning.
Crucial, gotta clean it up. Keep it tidy.
I haven't worked in over 2 months, so I'm trying to get things together. Give me 1 second, though. I want to get my AirPods. Hang on 1 second. I don't know where I put them.
Thank God, I thought she was gonna get some corded wires in her ears. Some non-AirPods I was gonna throw up.
I don't know. I literally just had them. I don't know where they went. You guys, hang on. Oh, you're there. Okay. Hang on.
Dude, I love reading the comments. It's absolutely classic. Travis, have you seen Outer Banks? No, I don't. What is that?
You're such a shithead. Have you seen all your comparisons, the side-by-side, where people are like, guess which one's which?
Dude, yeah. The DMs were the worst part. That it was just like thousands of DMs just saying like, hey, have you seen Outer Banks? Like, you look like this dude. The best ones are calling me like Wal-Mart John B, though, like John C and stuff. Absolutely iconic.
Oh. So you want to know where they got that?
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm like 95% positive that Hannah was calling you John C.
No. No.
I'm like pretty freaking positive because that's what we were all saying. We're like, He's like, that's what we called you, like, the entire time that you're in the house. Not John C, but I'm pretty sure Hannah's the one who started that.
Tough, dude. Tough looks. I'll take it, LOL. He's a dapper gentleman. He's a handsome man, I guess. I can be the Walmart version of that guy.
He's, like, iconic for Gen Zers, so
right?
Not a bad thing to be compared to.
Oh, yeah. Not too shabby. Whitney Williams. Dude, tell me how your time was in the house without me there. I'm sure it totally sucked ass, but getting over the crying and the sadness of my absence, how was it?
Okay, well, I also have a question for you because first of all, freaking, you didn't show your personality until literally 2 days before you left the house. Was that like a strategy of yours? Because you were so quiet, we didn't know anything about you, and then literally 2 days before you left, we're like, the fuck? Like, this guy's so funny. We quote you. I mean, I guess I'm out of the house, but we quoted you basically every single day. And, like, when we would play the Mafia game, we would, like, do it in Travis voices, and we talk about, like, murking people. Like, they just got murked. Oh, yeah. We quoted you all the time, and I've been trying to figure out, like, if that was a strategy of yours to not let us, like, really get to know you, because it really, like, you didn't come through until right before you left.
Dude, that's exactly what Brent said when we hopped on and we're talking about it. He was like, dude, I had no idea, like, you actually had a personality. And I was like, well, first of all, ouchie. But second of all, yeah, that was, like, I guess kind of the plan. I went in there and wanted to play super down to just being this, like, you know, ditzy, like, head-ass surfer guy that's just, like, always going with the flow and doesn't have, like, a single unique thought in his head. That was the plan. So then I could just
you wanted to come off as being ditzy?
Yeah. Did it work?
You realize that in the circle when we, like, said our names, you were like, oh, I also wrote a book. Like, you realized that you said that only minutes within meeting us?
And do you want to know why? It was you that made me do that, dude. It all started, I talked about this in press so much after, actually. The fact that,
that you, like, talked about how smart you were?
No. You were the reason I was like, oh shit, I gotta, like, change my strategy a little bit. Because first day we hopped in there and you picked Brent over me, and your reasoning was like, you didn't sell yourself at all. And I was like, oh no, everyone, like, I've overdone it. Everyone just thinks I'm actually this, like, royal dummy that, you know, like, won't be able to concoct, like, a single, like, strategy or plan or a good idea in his head. So I was like, okay, I got to compensate
1,000%.
and now, like, pitch myself a little bit. So that's what I did. And it was literally because you picked Brent and you're like, sorry, Travis, like
no, I was like, I basically said that for sure. But then somebody, I think it was like Xavier, mentioned something, like, a really good point. You realize that freaking, who's engaged to Angela? What's his name again? He's one of your favorite players, right? Tyler. I almost called him Travis. Tyler was the, like, ditzy surfer guy. And he's, like, this legend player. So, like, in my head, when you first spit out these facts about you, I was like, no. But, like, those are the guys who, like, go far a lot of times. But it was so funny because you really did show your intelligence really quick. Like, we all knew how smart you were pretty early on. And, like, the random facts you would spit out all the time, like, you didn't hide it very well.
True. I should have kept the random facts to myself. I was, like, I think I overcompensated, too, by, like, saying all the, you know, like, business endeavors and stuff I did. Because I was like, Whitney thinks I'm so dumb. Like, everyone thinks I'm so dumb. I got picked dead last. Like, I gotta up the ante a little bit. Got to get juicy with it. And I think I went overboard. And then everyone was like, this guy's a genius, which I'm like, I'm actually pretty dumb. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. I've heard a little bit about you. We had similar kidnappers, and they were talking about how smart you were and when you graduated and stuff like that. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Give me just 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, what are you doing?
That handsome devil back there snoozing.
I just need to make sure he doesn't show anything because he likes to sleep naked. There we go. Just cover up with a blanket and you can stay there. Anyway, what was your question earlier? I'm so sorry. Oh, things in the house were not the same without you.
No, not actually about me. Just how was the house after me? Because I didn't even watch the live feeds or anything. So how are things going?
It's wild. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. There's so many thoughts. I don't even know where to begin with how everything was. Basically, like, it's a lot harder than people realize. Did you hear about the alliance that Frenchie started
Which one? Like,
whatever it's called.
which of
I
the
can't
50?
even, slaughterhouse. The slaughterhouse.
Okay, yeah, I did.
So we were in this like slaughterhouse, which I found out later was a fake alliance. And I guess that alliance was actually people that he wanted to like get out of the game. So he acted like he was really good friends with us, but he actually started Frenchie's Kisses, which is this all girls alliance that he started. So he wanted to use the women in Frenchie's Kisses in order to get out all the people who he acted like he was in a real alliance with, which is wild. But like, oh my gosh, I was so true to that group though. And then when it all like went down the shitter, but when it all went down, I was like, okay, I need to not trust people so quickly. Maybe I should be more cautious and get to know them a little bit more before I decide whether or not I want to be in an alliance with these people. So it took me like 2 weeks of getting to know them before I was like, okay, like I feel like I trust you and you, let's start something together. And then I found out they were already in alliances together. So like I was just way too late to the game, and you could tell people were linking up with each other, and it was just weird. And then the second that I was put on the block, I don't know if you went through this. I don't think you did. But basically the second that I was on the block, like everybody just scattered and didn't talk to me anymore. It was like I was already out of the game.
That. Yeah, you freaking hate it. Because then you just know, and you're like, now I have days to spend in this house of feeling like an absolute outcast. Like it feels, that feels so terrible. Dang.
So you had that feeling too, or no? I feel like we hung out with you more before you left.
Yeah, no. I think I had that feeling for like 20 minutes after I got put up, because I was like, oh, I know it's happening. Like, it's pretty obvious what's going on at this point. I had already had so much conversation with Frenchie about it, and it pretty much came down to if he put me up, like I was going home. But I was like, I'm not going to let this happen. Like, I'm going to go out of my way to, like, talk to people and buddy up with them, even though they're probably ones, like, blatantly, like, telling Frenchie, that I need to get voted out. But it was definitely, like, I can totally control this situation, and kind of make it as good or bad as I want it to be. And I was like, I'm just going to go out, goofing with everybody and, like, hanging out with my friends at this point. But yeah, dude, I totally feel for you. There was like 30 minutes, like right after I got put up, I was like, this sucks. Like, this house is whack. I hate everyone. And then I was like,
and all these people, they're all phony.
Yeah, seriously. No, yeah, dude, I totally get that, which is so tough, because we're just, we're innately social creatures, especially everyone in that house is like, I think everyone referred to each and every person in there as like the loudest, most flamboyant, like, person within your friend group. So then when that's kind of taken away from you and you're stripped of, that like socialization from other people when you're up on the block, it just feels like the worst. Like, it's like such a cast off.
I agree with that completely. And it is like, I feel like this cast, because I can't remember how much of it you've seen before, but this cast has so many massive personalities too, that it's just like, even without being on the block, it's like so overwhelming. You what?
No worries. Yeah, nice to meet you guys. I just got recognized for being my big brother, and I was like, there's Whitney. We're like talking about it right now.
So
That's
funny.
Hilarious. I felt bad being like, sorry to cut you off. Go for it, Whit.
No, you're good. I don't even know what I was saying. Isn't it like, do you feel like you get recognized often?
See, well, for one, I think I get recognized, asked for pictures and asked for like autographs for being like looking like John B more than I do like Travis from Big Brother, which is just an absolute hoot. You gotta love that. But I got recognized a lot like in the LA airport, like leaving to go home from Big Brother, and then now it's just been a few times here and there in Hawaii. What about you? I feel like I
that's what your kidnapper kept saying to me. Your kidnappers kept being like, yeah, we were going through the airport and people kept taking pictures with him.
Yeah, dude, and it wasn't, like, it wasn't because people were like, oh, it's Travis. Like, it's definitely because people thought I was Wal-Mart John B, which is hilarious. What about you? Do you get recognized?
I have a little bit, but it's so weird to me because I was only in the house for 30 days. Like, I completely understand yours. Like, people will recognize you and the fact that you look like John B. But I was only in the house for 30 days. That's not even that much. And the fact that I actually get recognized, I'm like, this is weird. Like, it's just like a strange feeling. Weird. Yeah. It's only happened to me, like, it's happened less than a dozen times. So it hasn't happened a ton. But anytime somebody looks at me and I can, like, kind of tell, and then they say it, I'm like, oh. It's a weird feeling.
Dude, is business, like, changed for you? Or they're, like, I assume, new opportunities coming up as a result of, your time in the house. I see like the TikToks popping off.
Wait, Brent is talking to us. I actually started. Oh, that's a fake Brent. That's not a real Brent. Oh,
Nick is in
here
here.
too.
What's up, Nick? You
Hey,
handsome
Nick.
devil.
Wait, you need to get. Okay, what's funny about me getting verified is I just haven't cared. Nick said I need to get verified. I just like I will eventually people. I guess on like my not my TikTok. Sorry, my like AirPods went out weird. I'll probably get my Twitter verified because nobody believes that it's me. But as far as Instagram, I just don't really care that much, I guess. Sorry.
Did you get like reached out to by CBS and they were like, hey, like you want to get verified? Like get all your socials verified. Okay.
Yeah. They sent me an email. Sean sent me an email about it. Not CBS, but Sean did.
What's up, Colton? What's up, Cliff? Dude, a bunch
Cliff
of handsome
in
kings in these comments. Look at this, dude. What an absolute treat. I feel like I did on Christmas morning.
You feel like it. Oh, Anthony! Anthony is this man who I met in Nashville, and we were like both out drinking and having fun, and I fell in love with him immediately, and he's like one of my best friends, and he's been one of my best friends for like 2 or 3 years, and we literally only met in Nashville for half a second, and we talked like every week.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. I feel like that's just your personality, though. You're just big homies with people super fast. I can definitely see that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You got it. What is everybody's top question for us? Who has questions? I'm curious. And then Travis and I will keep talking because I feel like we were trying to hold off on talking because we wanted to like talk about everything in front of you guys. So we have a lot to catch up on too.
Definitely.
Thoughts on Derek X and Hannah? Travis, what are your thoughts on Derek X and Hannah? I don't know how much you've been keeping up with everything.
Not much, but I have seen just the memes and stuff. Is it like an actual thing? First of all, if you've been keeping up with it more than me, is it like it's not official or anything? Is it?
No.
They're just kind of being cutesy around the house.
I don't want to say too much because of I don't think this girl has signed paperwork, but he still very much has feelings for somebody else in the outside world.
True that.
So I think he really likes Hannah, but I think his heart isn't fully in it. And Hannah just has like a complete crush on him. I would love them to be in a Showmance though. I think they'd be super cute together.
They'd be adorbs, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point though. He did talk about that girl a lot, but I mean, I don't know, dude, with like how long you're in that house and how like quickly developed relationships are, I could, maybe give it a couple more weeks. It just feels so accelerated, like the love you have for people in there and the friendships that are growing. It's insane. So we shall see.
I mean, it makes sense why so many people, there's been multiple past cast members who've gotten engaged like at the finale or immediately after the show. And I used to think that was just ridiculous and crazy, but I definitely understand a lot more now that we've been in there.
Yeah, it's insane. But I guess to answer your question in short, hells yeah. Like I hope it's a thing. That would be cool if they get together. That'd be sick. They're both like wicked intelligent, like absolute knowledge powerhouses. So if that did actually come to fruition in the house, that could be deadly. They're just gonna like, I don't know, calculate every possible way for them to be final two. But
I really hope that they do because I know she's so strong in her current alliance, which I do hope that they like do well together. But Derek X is not a part of that alliance, and it really worries me that she's gonna eventually have to backstab him. So I'm really praying that she chooses him over that alliance once it gets to that point. But
yeah,
we'll see. Can you have you thought about this? If I did not choose Brent, and Brent, if you're in here, I'm sorry, but if I didn't choose Brent, we would have been in an alliance or in a team together. Can you imagine you, me, Hannah, and Derek X in a team together?
That would have been deadly, dude. We would have been like the powerhouse. I mean, to be fair though, I thought like you guys with Brent was also a powerhouse. So substitute out
really nice to Brent.
Brent's a king. Brent is a prince.
I meant more I love that guy like you and Baby D were like the closest friends in the house at that time, and then Hannah and I ended up getting really close. So like all of us beyond like how people do in competitions, but like everybody's personalities together, I feel like could have been, I don't know, killer.
I feel like the dynamic between all of our personalities just meshed really, really well. And they're all kind of different, you know, like Hannah's especially is kind of that, you know, quieter, like sassy type. And everyone had their own kind of unique facets of their personality that I think would have meshed really, really well in our groups. I honestly thought you and Brent were like this though, like super, super tight. And I see now that like wasn't the case. And I saw like in your press and stuff like that after that wasn't really the case. And that threw me off. Like, was that something from the beginning? It just, you know, was never like a super tight click, or did that kind of develop maybe after I left that you guys kind of drifted, or?
No, people had jokes from like the first several days that Brett and I were most likely a divorced couple that CBS threw together to like have extra drama on the show because we fought so much all the time. We never saw eye to eye. Like, we just bickered all the time. So I think it's really funny to me that people thought that we were so close to each other because out of everybody in the house, we fought more, like so much. Like I would yell at him from across the house, and somehow people still thought that we were working together. Like I don't understand it, but I keep hearing now that I'm reading stuff of live feed. I guess that's one of the reasons why people didn't want me in a couple of the alliances because they thought that Brett and I were working together. And now looking back, it's like fuck, like. If I were more careful with the people that I talk to, things could have been so different.
I can see that.
What do you feel like was your biggest mistake?
Honestly, biggest mistake had to have been, like I want to call this a mistake, but also like I wouldn't change anything about like the relationship I had with Derek X. He was just, the guy is straight up sunshine. Like I just standing next to him, I would absorb like good energy and good vibes. And I was like, this man is his spirit is immaculate. I love the man. But I mean, I'd say the biggest blow up in my game was when me, Kylan, and Derek X were like, yeah, us three, like let's get it. Let's bring some other people on. These are the early, you know, beginning structures of an alliance. Like we're good. Yeah. We love each other. We're all good. We're taking it to the top. And then like 20 minutes later, Derek X like spills the entire thing like by accident to Frenchie, and Derek X was like, "Dude, my game's over."
How people found out?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know how everyone found out. So he said it to Frenchie.
Frenchie like kind of brought it up, just casually, like, "Oh, you're in alliance, or are you starting an alliance?" I don't know if he was baiting him or if he like heard us through the door or something. I did see like memes about him like sneaking around the house like with an ear to the door after. So he probably just straight up heard it, but then got it confirmed by Mr. Handsome Derek X, and then I was like, "We're fucked." Like,
are you talking about the hammock moment?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was in the hammock for that. He did confirm it then. I thought
your whole team
went up to Frenchie. Yeah, no, for sure. I thought that like Derek went up to Frenchie to tell him, but no, he definitely called him out in front of the entire group, and our whole group was like, "Tell us the truth! Like what's going on here?"
And then everyone was pissed off at Derek X. Yeah, like rightfully so, because like he was blatantly planning to stab Brent in the like. It was an utter disaster, and that was the biggest moment in the house where I was like, "Oh, dude, are we cut out? Like, am I cut out for this game? Like, I'm making dumb ass mistakes like that this early." But yeah, I mean,
you guys did that the first week, and our team did it the third week.
Yeah, I mean, same mistakes.
We got out our
times,
teammate 2 weeks after you. Yeah.
That's hilarious. What was your biggest mistake?
I feel like my biggest mistake was aligning with the wrong people. Like the first time that I saw Frenchie, I'm from a small country town. So when I saw him in his like overalls and his like camouflage and all that stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy and I are going to be great friends. I already love him. So I based it off of like what he told me and his appearances. I was like, oh, we're going to get along so well. And then it wasn't until like days into having like a really close connection with him that I was like, oh shit, this guy's erratic. And there was no going back. And so I was always associated with him and Brent, which not to like talk poorly about them, but like they know they were erratic. And so like that's who I was associated with most in the house, and I feel like that messed me up. But then I also like I didn't try to form close connections after that. Like I said, I waited too long before I did. So like I can't only blame them. It was definitely my fault as well. But I think my biggest mistake was like who I was associated with.
It makes sense.
I don't know.
It's like,
there was a lot.
It's scary. Yeah, trying to form relationships like too early or too late. Like it's definitely a fine line everyone was walking, and like how much of their personality, they output, and how much of a relationship they wanted to build with people or not build with people, like the first couple days. And I feel like that kind of bit everyone a little bit in the butt, in probably different ways and with different weights. But I could see that. I feel like you and I actually didn't have a conversation, until like until you like tried to pull me aside that one time.
Can you tell them the story? What? Can you tell them the story of when you watched me on the feeds and you're like, she's gonna come talk to me, and then I was like, I just want a moment. I just want to like get to know you, and you literally would not give me the time of day.
I know, that's so brutal, dude. That right there, I was like, damn. I guess like Whitney and I, should we hate each other now? Like now that we like went through this little beef and like we both know about it. Like how do we move on? It was so funny though. I feel like we took it like champs.
Oh, for sure. I literally was like, you want to go? And you're like, yeah. You literally said yeah, and you walked away. I'm like, okay. Well,
yeah.
It was nice chatting with you. Fun.
Yeah, so the story for people that didn't see, so I was just chilling in the HOH room with like probably 3 or 4 other people that were talking game. This was like a 30-minute window of time where I was getting hella sketched out, like super sus of everybody, not really trusting, for honestly no reason. I was just like talking myself into it. But anyway, right when I go in there, Frenchie like goes out, and so the head of household room has all those screens where you can just see, like, follow Frenchie's every move, throughout the house. So he like walks down and starts talking to you, and I was like, it's like, dude, did he just like go down there? And I said it to everyone in the room right there, and I was like, I bet Whitney's gonna come in here and like fake some conversation with me because Frenchie just asked her to. And so we all like sit there, arms crossed, like twiddling our thumbs, and you see like you and him like skedaddle up the stairs, and sure as shit you come in there and you're like, hey, we've never talked, like let's just go shoot the shit, get to know each other. And I was like, I like looked at everybody when I was like leaving the room. I was like, what did I say, man?
And then he wouldn't talk to me. I kept asking him questions and trying to get to know him, and Travis just sat there like, mm-hmm. I was like, so eventually I was like, do you want to go? Because you don't have to talk to me. And he literally was like, yeah. And he like got up and left.
Dude,
So
okay.
That was so
rude.
brutal.
Yeah. So rude, Whit, and I'm sorry for that. I love you. But at the time, all that was in my head, like you were like asking me questions, like trying to be what felt like, oh, maybe she is being genuine. But the whole time in my head, I was like, these bitches are conspiring against me. Like I gotta get my ass in that HOH room and see what's popping. Yeah, these conspiring ass bitches, man. I just got finessed out of the room. Yeah, I did not feel good about it though.
I was on a mission, but I did want to get to know you because you and I really hadn't talked. So I was like, yeah, of course, I'll go do that. But I did want to talk to you at the same time.
And that was my point. Like, so many people just didn't even talk. Like, that was like, what, 2, 3, 4 days in? And I was like, Whitney and I don't know each other, like, so many people just hadn't had a chance to talk. And it sucked because an eviction was looming, 3 or 4 days away, regardless of, like, the relationships you have or have not developed. So, I mean, that's just...
It's impossible. I wish they would stop doing, first week evictions. I wish that they would, like, give time... Yeah. I know. I wish they would give people time to like get to know each other, like figure out strategy, and I don't know, do more of that before you like just vote somebody off. Because I guarantee if people got to know you more, you would have lasted way longer. Well, maybe not way longer, but.
Thanks, man. Yeah. No, yeah, oh well. I honestly have no idea. Like people ask me what I would have changed, and like try to stay longer in the house. I'm like, nothing, honestly. Like. Maybe walking a finer line between like seeming like an absolute like idiot and a genius in that fight in the next.
I mean, you kind of went back and forth. I feel like it changed kind of hour by hour.
Yeah. It really did. I was
smart. The fuck did he just say?
Yep. Mostly the latter, yeah. Mostly what the hell is he talking about? Every now and then I'd like bust out a fact about deodorant or something, and I was like, oh, okay, like
yes, the antiperspirant and deodorant.
Yeah.
I went to the store yesterday. I went to the store yesterday, and I was looking for antiperspirant everywhere because of what you told me.
Huge game changer. I actually have both now, and I'm like, oh, depending on the mood, do I want to like not sweat or do I want to smell good? So there you go. For people that don't know,
can you just like layer them
deodorant and antiperspirant? Ooh, that's huge, actually.
Swipe of each?
I wonder if there's both. like just combined already. Deodorizing antiperspirant. We shouldn't be talking about this here. We should be starting a business right now. Yeah, no,
damn. DM me.
It's gonna get stolen.
You guys,
Crap,
nobody heard this conversation.
No,
didn't happen. Fuck off. You didn't hear it. People are saying I'm not. Oh, you guys, why everybody keeps talking about the cookout? I feel like that's like the number one conversation on here. Honestly,
we can answer some questions.
Tiffany and Xavier, if anybody saw their live just about a half hour ago, I just started watching lives for the first time today, and they had a really good conversation about it. So if you go to Twitter, Whitney's obsessed with Brent. I'm not obsessed with Brent. They asked me about him.
You're obsessed. Admit it.
I'm obsessed.
I love you.
You guys go to
Sweet
Twitter,
dreams,
read
Prince.
what Xavier and Tiffany have been saying about the cookout. It'll make those who are like giving people shit about the cookout, it'll make you feel a lot better about it, like knowing why they did it. So go on Twitter, see if you can read their conversation. It clears everything up.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway.
Want to run through some of these, or would you want to talk about like predictions, like spicy estimations of what's gonna happen?
Ooh, why don't we ask the people? Let's ask the people.
Okay.
Do you guys want us to answer your questions in here, or do you want us to talk about the game and what we see happening?
Whitney robbed Queen.
Have you? I keep getting that, and it makes me feel so happy.
Yeah.
I was
saying
on Twitter, I wish that I could be thrown back in the house knowing everything that I know now, just to like blow shit up.
Oh yeah, classic. I still honestly don't know that much, which is a hilarious part. I just like checked out of BB World for a while, but now I'm back and I'm talking to you about it.
I learn everything on Twitter. I haven't watched one episode all the way through. I've kind of like gone through episodes, but it makes me feel weird seeing myself. I don't like it. And then I just watched my first live a little while ago. But otherwise, everything I know I've learned from Twitter.
Smart. Twitter's right there. Derek said he wants to tattoo your name, Travis. Thank God. I'm going to get a big Derek X tattoo right on my ass and just say property DX.
Oh, he wonders. He used to talk about this in the house all the time. He's like, I wonder if he thinks about me as much as I think about him.
Every day,
he,
sweet friends, every day.
Oh, I wish I could tell that for you.
Travis, have you got recognized from Barstool? Yes, a lot. Like right after the video dropped, I got recognized a ton for it. Honestly, probably more recognition just came from that, like still to this day, than from Big Brother, which is freaking hilarious.
For your Barstool, how many views did you get?
Not much. I don't know. Like 1 million. I really don't know. It wasn't. The Barstool like fan base is just like off their fucking rocker. Like people remember very, very, very specific dank memes that Barstool pumps out, and I'm a classic dank meme from Barstool.
I love that for you. Did you get 1 million views on Instagram or on TikTok?
So that was just YouTube. It was probably like a couple million across all of them, like YouTube, Twitter, and stuff.
Damn.
Have you seen it? If not, never watch it.
Somebody posted it on Twitter, and I feel like I didn't see the whole thing. It only showed part of it. So you should send it to me, or I'll Google it.
No, man.
Travis
never
is super unproblematic.
Seems wish he was staying over fishing. Thanks, boss. We're both outie now, though. We'll have to get. Literally, I keep calling. He's the more handsome version of me. We have to get that sweet smile on those gorgeous, luscious locks on here soon on a live convo.
Oh, we should talk to Christian. You should have a live with him, and then I want to have a live with him since he's the one who got me out.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be spicy as hell.
Wait, did you know about any of this? I pitched this whole plan to him, and I was like, honestly, your number one competition in this game is Derek X, which I hate myself for now because I love Baby D. I thought that Baby D was backstabbing me, and he kind of was trying to get me. He wasn't trying to get me out, but anyway, long story short, I was pitching this idea to Christian about how it was really stupid to take me out because I only won one competition. I didn't have any alliances in the game. It was really dumb to get me out of the game so early when I wasn't doing anything. And so I was pitching Derek X was a smarter choice, and now Derek X is the one who got him out this week. So it was like 1 week after I told him that he was making a dumb decision, that Derek X did exactly what I said Derek X would do. And I'm so excited to hop on live with Christian and talk about it.
Yeah, just say, what did I say,
I
Christian?
fucking told you. Literally 1 week after I told you exactly what I said would happen happened. I'm living for it. Travis and Whitney besties.
Whitney Karma, yes sir. For Christmas. No.
Trav go on next season. Trav, you said that you wouldn't go on another reality show, right? Were you like, this is not for me?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the challenge seems kind of spicy. I looked into it, and a couple of people from the challenge hit me up, kind of similar to what you were saying, like past players, asking if I'd do it and if I'm interested in it. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'll check it out. But I don't know. Reality TV is like, I don't know if it's the career I want to formulate for myself. You know what I mean? I might like end up getting a manager for actual film or actual TV or something. That would be groovy, but we shall see. Lots of stokes in the fire, so I gotta see what's popping.
I love that. Wait, so what would you do? So if you got a manager, you don't have a preference with like what type of TV show you'd want to be on, or like what type of movies you'd want to do? Like, have you ever thought about acting before, or?
Yeah, I've thought about like acting and modeling before, and I've done like a couple super small modeling gigs here and there, and it was cool. But yeah, I feel like being on set and seeing even like the production and kind of back end of things is just so freaking rad. I love just seeing like the innards of CBS, you know, like walking through the studios afterwards and before was so sick.
Fun.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe I could even, you know, kind of pursue a career behind the camera or something. But the whole film industry in general is just, it's freaking gnarly.
I could see that for you. You and Christian should like get together and talk about that since he's super into acting.
He is. Yeah, he definitely needs it.
That'd be really cool. Man, there are a
Whitney
lot of
challenge era, rookie era coming soon for Whit. Nice. Travis is sexy app from the fake Christian Birkenberger account. Thanks, fake Christian.
Who is this fake Brent account? There's like multiple fake Brent and fake Christy accounts.
Yeah, I feel like
And
most of the comments right now are just fake. Yeah, a bunch of. That's hilarious. Outer Banks Hawaii edition starting Travis. Classic. That'd be groovy. We are living the Outer Banks life over here. I need to find some gold.
Where do you live in Hawaii? Are you near Honolulu? Because I know that's where Derek X was visiting, right? Prior?
Yeah, I'm currently in Honolulu right now. Like actually in the downtown kind of area. I'm sitting at a coffee shop. But I live in the suburbs of Honolulu. It's called Kaimuki.
Oh, okay. I usually try to go Hawaii. I am. I'm in Portland right now. Portland, Oregon. But I'm dying to travel. I think I really want to go to Thailand soon. I'm not sure. Wait, Travis, have you watched both seasons of OBX? What's OBX?
Outer Banks.
Oh, is that Outer Banks? Yeah, very sorry. I don't watch TV. Literally, like Big Brother is the only show I've watched for the last like couple of years.
No Netflix for Whit?
I mean, my kids will watch their shows, so
yeah.
I don't really watch that much TV. Travis for Survivor. I could see you do Survivor, actually.
That would be sick. I would have honestly preferred Survivor over Big Brother, I think, just because the challenges seem a little more, you know, like kind of like what you and I were talking about with the challenge. It seems like a little more competitive, a little more like athletic abilities involved. So that would be super sick. I think you would kill it on those too.
I don't know if I would do Survivor. I haven't watched that since like high school, which was over 12 years ago. So I'd have to rewatch Survivor, but I think more the challenge would be my thing. I'm not a big fan of the whole backstabbing and stuff. And I realized going into Big Brother, like Big Brother is all about like lying and alliances and backstabbing and backdoors. Like I knew what I was getting into, but I didn't realize how hard it would be to do that until I was in the house. So that's what I really like about the challenge is like, I feel like what I've heard of it and like what I have seen is it's more about like competition and working with the right people, but not as much of like, I don't know, the hard,
Right.
like, getting in people's head shut. Something like that.
True that. Yeah. Dude,
Good
I can
day.
totally see you on the challenge.
It'll be fun. Plus, I just, like, I'm so pissed at myself for not making it far that I really just want to be like, okay, like, I can do it. And
Yeah,
make it
I
further
promise.
than 30 days.
Yeah, I promise
Yeah,
myself.
like, I swear. I'm capable. I need validation. Validate me.
Yeah, I felt that too.
I wanted
60th place, baby.
60th.
Christian is fucking chulo. Yes, he is. Daddy handsome
Did I
rocks
kiss
is what
Brent in
Christian
the
is.
house? No. Oh, I keep getting asked. It's going around Twitter that apparently X and I were about to kiss on my way out or something. You guys, I said to Xavier, I said, like, I'm rooting for you, or I hope you win. Or I said something like that to him on the way out. So anybody who's in here, because I keep getting asked about it in the comments, I told him that I'm rooting for him. I did not attempt to kiss him. Yeah, right. What's that? Who's Johnny Bananas? What did somebody say?
I think he's the guy from the challenge.
Whitney Milk Queen.
Whitney, what do you have? I don't know if we should talk about who got. Oh wait, no. Have we already talked about who got evicted? Yeah, we have, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, I hope we don't ruin it for everybody, right? Everybody
I know,
knows.
that's what I was just realizing. Yeah.
I posted about it on my Instagram immediately after it happened, and everybody was commenting like, "You fucked up! Like, don't ruin it. You're spoiling it." And I felt really bad, so I didn't know how many people have actually seen it at this point. But
That's tough. That's what I figured would happen.
Yeah, I feel bad. What would you do if they called you and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna surprise the house guest with bringing you in. Like, you come in, you can't win the money, but you have safety." Would you go back in?
Oh, I can't win the money, but I just be in. Well, why would I even be in there?
Well, it would be unfair for you to win the money if you just missed out on the last, like, month. I feel like they would try to get you out immediately. But if you're in there to, like, change the game, or maybe win a smaller prize or something.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
If you were there to, like, change the game, would you do it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would. One, like, to change the game, but two, just to, like, say what's popping to Derek X and Ozza and everyone again. It'd be so cool to just see everyone.
Oh, Derek would shit himself. He would be so happy to see you. He loves you.
Dude, I was so happy he got HOH and, like, got safety, and it is now, like, making jury, but I was like, damn it, dude, now I'm not going to see his handsome ass surfing waves with me in Hawaii for a few months, so it was give and take, but that was just a super selfish reasoning for like just missing him. But,
like, fuck, he's making it further. No.
Yeah.
This isn't what I had planned.
Come home.
I'm excited to see them all for the finale, though, hopefully. I hope that we can actually do in-person finale, because I know I keep hearing that last year they did Skype for the pre-jurors.
Yeah, that would
we can actually go.
Yeah, if it was over Skype or something, I'd definitely want to be there in person, and then go to Vegas or something. It'd be groovy.
Yes, we also, I don't know if you were in the house when we kept talking about it, but we were saying New Year's Eve we might go to New York or something.
Oh, sick.
Were you in the house when we were talking about that?
I don't think
Groovy.
So. Groovy, baby.
So, I thought about doing something for a charity where I make these t-shirts and it's like Team Derek X or Team Hannah or Team whoever is in the house, and then having like their main thing that they quote all the time. And having like that in big letters, or maybe like an outline of their face or something like that. So if I did that, what do you think your quote would be? Would it be groovy, or would it be murked, or would it be
just pick any of the 20 like goofy ass things I said during Mafia that day. Groovy would be a good one. I'd be satisfied with groovy.
I feel like yours should be groovy, and it'd be like an outline of your face or something.
Yeah.
What would Derek X's be though? I don't even know if he had anything, but
man. Yeah, did he have like a catchphrase?
I don't think he did. Or everybody thinks that they have a catchphrase, but it isn't.
Did you hear how often he'd be like, bruh? Like, yeah, he would say that.
That's true. And he like does this with his hands.
Yeah. Bruh. Yeah. That would be it.
That would be a good one. I like that one.
We don't like watching Mafia from someone. Oh, tough.
Somebody said they don't like watching Mafia.
There it is. No more Mafia on the live feeds.
Oh.
Cut it out, BB House.
No, Travis was the Mafia king. You and your robe thing, and all we hear is I was gonna like run through.
Yeah.
So
Classic.
Oh. Do you ever miss the house, or are you kind of just like 1,000% content being home?
Oh, I mean, I don't miss the house. I miss the people in the house for sure. I don't miss like getting woken up by like belting music, you know, like alarming house guests. It's time to get up. Like that was freaking brutal. But yeah, I
With, like
I love
blinding
like the
lights in our
relationships.
faces.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, I agree. I miss that too. It was really weird. I don't know if you went through this, but like trying to go to sleep, I'm still not going to bed until about 4 a.m. I've been out for a week now, and I still like my bedtime is 4 a.m. So I'm not
No way.
sleeping. But then also like it just feels weird sometimes. Like when my kids are still asleep and I'm awake, I'm like it's so quiet. Like I'm just not used to how quiet things are. Because in the house, like
Your sleep
it really
schedule,
does.
man.
The sleep schedule, but also like a week feels like a month because you're always on. Like you're always thinking, you're always talking. Like it's just so exhausting that time just goes by.
So true.
It's really weird.
That was a big part of it. Just like getting to turn it off after I left the house was like, I can sit in silence and like, you know, observe some solitude here and reflect for the first time in like 9 days. So that was nice.
I know, I love that too. It just feels weird to me still. Like I love it and I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be with my kids, but every once in a while it's just really like eerily quiet to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely so much noise. Nah,
There's so many fake accounts on here. Sorry.
I can't with this fake account. Christian Birkenberger fake account is popping off, man. Honestly, respect
I
to
know.
you. I keep like falling for you.
I think Christie's might be fake too. I'm not sure. So she was talking about fighting me in here, so I think it's fake.
You're handsome as hell from Zach Berard. You sweet, delicious king. I love you with my whole heart, Zach. He's a homie from high school.
Aww. What's up, homie? Did you tell us
Notice
about
me,
him?
Whitney.
Is that one of the ones that you mentioned?
Probably. I talked about all the homies. Dal Rose. Sorry if I'm not saying your name right, but Whitney, you gotta recognize Dal Rose.
What's up, Dal Rose? Who are you guys rooting for? Well, I am rooting for Baby D and Hannah. Who are you rooting for? I think Baby D more so because he's not in a big alliance. Like he's a part of the whatchamacallit one, but I feel like that one's gonna burn any day.
Right.
Hi, mister. Here, give me 1 second. You're hot. Well, buddy, go in the room where the AC is. Fun fact, it doesn't usually get that warm in the Pacific Northwest, so I need to look up the exact statistics or whatever stats, but it's like 70% of homes don't have air conditioning because it doesn't usually get hot. So we're like dying this summer.
Is it pretty hot right now since you've been back?
The week that I came to the house, it was 115 degrees, and it was so hot. And I don't have, like, I have a tiny little AC unit in my room, but it only cools part of one room. Like, it doesn't cool my whole place. So my olive oil shattered inside my pantry because it was so hot within my, like, home.
Dude, living in a sauna. Holy smokes. That is brutal.
If I look sweaty, I am. My son keeps waking up, though, and complaining because it's so hot. Whitney and Travis for the Amazing Race. I think Travis and Baby D are going to do the Amazing Race. I would be down, but I feel like Baby D would fight me to the death for it.
That would be a beautiful thing. I would take anyone I could get for Amazing Race. You guys would put in some work. You'd just be dragging me along.
Why aren't you rooting for Xavier? I am rooting for Xavier, but Xavier is a part of the 2 major alliances, so I feel like he's like fairly set and can do it on his own. I'm rooting for Baby D because he's like, I feel like he has less of a shot right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Baby D and for Kylan. How did you, how do you feel about Kai? King Kai is what I've been calling him.
I love Kylan as a person. Something about his game plan last week just like sketched me out. So I actually was gonna target him and Christian. Those were like my two main targets if I were to win HOH.
Dude, I feel like no one said this yet, but it is a girls' game this season. Like, girls are absolutely taking cheeks, dude, bending the guys over. It's just like guy after guy after guy after. You're the first girl out, and oh, dude, a female is winning this season. I feel like by a mile.
I am so excited. Coming into the house, I was like, as long as the girl wins, I'll be ecstatic for whoever, no matter what. Don't get me wrong, that was really fun. I didn't mean it like that, but I went in saying like, ideally, I would love for a girl to win. So I'm so happy that it's looking like they have a shot.
They are cleaning house. It's impressive, honestly.
I know. How do you feel about the remaining girls? Who do you think has the best shot of winning out of all of them?
I just think Hannah is wicked bright, dude. I think she's very, like, from her quick-wittedness to, like, the meticulous, like, calculation she has and in the conversations she has and the information she has, like, withholded from people, you know, about, for example, her being a master's student and she's 21. Like, she's clearly super smart, and I think that'll do well for her.
She's crazy smart, but, like, beyond her just also being smart, she is athletic. Sorry, you can see myself moving around. But she also has a really good social game. Like, there's not one person who doesn't like Hannah, as far as I know. Like, everybody adores her. And she is kind of like, we all respect her as an adult, but she's also almost like the baby sister of the group. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I feel like she'll make it really far as well.
Dude, I think I would be just insanely amped for any of the girls left in the house to win it. Tiffany would be freaking rad. She's just such a bright light. Azza is just an absolute goddess, like insanely bright, super funny girl. Like, I mean, and it looks like that's what's gonna happen because they're absolutely cleaning the house on these fellas. And I feel like it hasn't happened like to this extent in a while. Like, I can't recall how the numbers were looking this early in past seasons, but I feel like girls have not just cleaned up like this in a while in past seasons.
I don't. So I watched season, I went halfway through 8. So basically I've seen season 9 through 22. And I don't remember this many guys going out early ever. Like, I'd have to look it up to know for sure, but I don't think this has ever happened before. Hi, mister. Wait. Let's cover you up. I might have to go in a little bit. Lay him down. But I would love to talk to you again soon.
Definitely. Yeah, we can end it here. Thanks to everybody for sticking around this long while we've just been talking about nonsense and reading through these crazy comments and fake accounts. Whitney, it's always an absolute pleasure. We definitely need to catch up, stay in touch. We need to actually link on business things, dude, how I can, kind of assist anything and everything on your makeup is.
Yeah, actually, I need to ask your help too, since you've written a book. I really want to do an affirmations book for like children, and then one for women as well, because I've looked online and the affirmations books for children, they're just kind of tacky. So I would love your help with getting into like that side of things as well. So yeah, we need to chat about a lot of things pretty soon. And we'll leave you guys out of it. I'm sorry. I know we're just like, we haven't talked since we got out of the house. We had a lot to catch up on.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, you have a lovely evening, and put that beautiful boy down for some Z's, and I'll catch you later, Will.
All right. Have a good night. Bye, you guys.
You too. See you guys.